Hello and welcome to Series 3 of the award-winning Stars in Your Ears! Coming to you live from this desert island.
Yeah, we are. Whoa! Look at that view, boys!
I know.
Yeah, incredible.
Not many people get to see something like that in their lifetimes.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Makes you feel lucky to be alive, doesn't it?
Sure does.
100%.
Just beautiful.
Beautiful. Are we looking at the same thing?
I think so. You're looking at the plane wreck in the ocean slowly sinking.
The one we were on an hour ago.
Yeah,
Which you crashed.
yeah. So we are looking at the same thing. Oh, thank God. Thought it was a mirage. It's beautiful, isn't it?
I wouldn't say it's beautiful.
Really? I thought it was very you.
Why do you say that?
It's got your nickname written on it.
Virgin is a brand of a company, Jess.
Is it your company?
You've not heard of Virgin?
Not since 2004.
What does that even mean?
Not sure. I think I'm hallucinating from the lack of food.
You're eating a coconut as we speak.
I'm on holiday.
Holiday? We literally just crashed onto an island.
Ah, tomato. Oh, do you think they've got those here?
I'm going to start the show before I go mad and walk into the sea.
Tomatoes don't grow in the sea, Michael. You've got a lot to learn about our new lives.
Ladies and gentlemen of the land and the sea, welcome to Series 3 of Stars in Your Ears! Remember to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Please join me in welcoming the most glamorous lady on the island. She's the only one on it. The woman of 1,000 voices, impressionist, singer, comedian, star of Spitting Image, and award-winning podcaster.
So glad I packed all the podcast equipment.
Please welcome Jess Robinson!
We're back with a lovely big award.
Which I'll be using to defend myself on this terrifying island.
I've got coconuts for this glorious place. The service here is first class.
I've gathered wood for a fire.
And I killed a pig.
And I'm wearing a skirt made of grass.
Lovely legs, Kitch.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. You're gonna hear stars in your ears. There's no better place to go if you wanna get stars in your ears. Stars in your ears. Stars, stars, stars in your ears. Stars in your ears.
Hey!
Aren't you glad I made you save all your instruments from the ocean?
Yes, Jess.
It was definitely worth you being bitten by that turtle, Michael.
I'm not sure about that.
Right, what's on the agenda today? Have a swim, like lunch, siesta, explore the old town?
We're not on holiday.
Would quite like a swim, though.
Me too. Maybe we could try to find that turtle, Michael, and ask for your shorts back.
Yeah, I'd quite like that to happen. I don't think this is a nudist beach, Michael. You could get arrested.
By who? We're on a deserted island in the middle of nowhere. It's just us here.
Oh, Kitch might arrest you.
Oh, are you making me head of police?
Maybe.
Get in.
Oh, what can I be, Jess?
You can be my deputy, Rob. I tell you, play your cards right and one day you could rise to the top. It's not easy. Took me years of hard work.
You've been head of police for literally 6 seconds.
Someone's jealous.
Someone's under arrest, more like. You don't speak to your chief like that.
Chief? Did you say chief?
I think I did. Oh, I'm not sure power is a good thing for me. The same thing happened when I spent time behind bars.
Prison?
Oh no. I was at the petting zoo and I fell into the guinea pig enclosure. They made me their ruler once I'd fought off their alpha to the death. You see that scratch on my knuckle?
Oh, that looks nasty.
Yeah. But being king of the guinea pigs was the best 5 years of my life.
Could I remind you that we're on a desert island with no shelter?
Oh, the good times, man. Honestly, there was this one time we had a chili eating contest. And you know that I'm allergic, right? So
I do not want to hear this story.
I want to hear it.
Actually, Kitch, I think what Michael was getting at is that with your survival skills, you'd be good at building a shelter.
That is what I was getting at. Thank you, Jess.
Oh, don't take it out on me. So, anyway, you all sort that. I'm off to the old town.
I don't think there will be an old town, Jess.
Really? Well, someone's getting marked down on TripAdvisor.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're getting marked down on TripAdvisor.
So, Kitch, what do we need for shelter? Should we be looking for sticks, branches? Should we focus on the foundations?
all good questions, Michael. Now, when I was king of the guinea pigs, I resided in the royal hutch. So if you can see any of those around...
There's no effing royal hutch, you moron. No.
Then I'm afraid you're out of luck, mate. You didn't come well prepared, did you?
I was just as prepared for Jess crashing our plane as you were.
That would be a lot more believable if you weren't naked from the waist down. You look like Winnie the Pooh.
A turtle took my shorts!
Michael, please! Go and check the plane and see if there's anything we can use. There must be something.
You mean the plane that's bobbing up and down in the ocean? A bit on fire?
I do, yes. And see if there's any sunscreen. Your willy's looking a bit red.
Fine.
Rob, you couldn't look for some food, could you? There must be some tropical fruit somewhere.
Sure, Jess.
Oh, be careful. Your willy's looking a bit red.
Are you making this your catchphrase?
I think I might be. Oh, that was quick. What did you find, Rob?
A lovely bunch of coconuts.
Speaking of, Michael's back. Here's a bobbing around in the sea.
Michael, you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I think I have.
What do you mean?
Was there anyone else on the plane, Jess?
I don't think so. The pilot and steward left after I pushed her off the plane before I took off.
Right. And did you check if anyone else was on board?
Of course not.
Wow, what did you see, Michael?
There was someone else on the plane.
Oh no, are they...
More famous than me? Don't say it.
I was going to say dead.
Oh, well, if they're more famous than me, I hope they're dead.
They're not dead.
Oh, thank God.
Damn it! Who is it?
See for yourself. They're swimming towards us now.
No way.
That's not.
It can't be.
It is, and they're bringing our bag from the plane.
Oh, my inhaler.
My insulin.
My tuxedo.
Why did you bring a tuxedo to a desert island?
I didn't know we'd be crashing here, did I?
Never mind all that. It's
Samantha Baines, Samantha Baines, it's Sam B-A-I-N-E-S. Samantha Baines, Samantha Baines, it's Sam B-A-I-N-E-S. Broadcaster, she's presented a shitload of shows, from BBC London to Virgin Radio. Actress on the ground, deliver her lines verbatim. Even hosted Magic Mike, directed by Channing Tatum. Author, written children's books we know all about. Harriet versus the galaxy and the night the moon went out. Podcaster, she turned lemons into lemonade. Left her marriage and the divorce, social was made. Samantha, journalist, is there anything this woman can't do? She's written for The Guardian, Independent, Stylist, and Time Out too. Comedian, girl, we're nearly there, but that's not it. She's a joy facilitating, hearing aid wearing bitch you can knit. Samantha Baines, it's Sam B-A-I-N-E-S. Samantha Baines, it's Sam B-A-I-N-E-S.
yeah.
Yay!
Wow.
Welcome.
Oh, welcome to the show. Did you like your intro song?
Oh my God,
Did you
can
enjoy
I
it?
have that to just like play before I enter any room? Just in
I
my-
think
my own.
it's compulsory that you do. I'd like you to walk around with a little loudspeaker. I can imagine you just strutting down Oxford Circus, with that on you, a ghetto blaster on your shoulder.
I'm going to a podcast award ceremony.
Which one? Why aren't we there?
The International Women's Podcasting Awards.
Oh, Rob can't be in that one.
Oh, no, but you could be there. But I'd like to just play that before I enter. That would be amazing.
I think you should. You've got your walk-on music for every show you do now, right?
Oh my God. It's incredible. I love that you rhymed so many things that I've done as well. Like, well done.
Thank you. It's
I
tricky,
particularly
but
like the rhyming couplet of verbatim and Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
That was inspired.
this podcast is sponsored by Rhyme Zone. Oh, Sam, welcome to the show. Let's get straight into talking about your voice. I want to know all about your voice and what makes you sound the way you do. Where did you grow up?
So people are always really confused by my voice, and I get asked quite often if I'm Northern, and I'm not at all.
Really?
I grew up in central London,
Not even North London.
No. Oh, no, definitely not. And then I went to school in Bromley in southeast London.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I've kind of been all over the place. I've always done silly voices, not impressions, but like voices of characters and stuff.
Have you? What sort of characters do you do?
Well, just as an actor, I do a lot of posh lady.
Yes.
Quite clipped, darling, love it. And then I used to do a lot of Northern when I was at school. And then I also did Scouse because I fucking love being from Liverpool. So
That's very good.
So when I was younger, I used to do all those accents. And then I realised that when you become an actor in the UK, people are just like, just do your own voice. Like,
Oh, so much.
and it's sad.
Really?
That happens a lot. Or you are known for doing voices like I am and doing impressions. And then people say to me, and do you act as well? And I'm like, what are you on? I'm already doing. Yes. Can you? Yes. I mean, every day.
That's literally what I'm doing. What are you talking about? Yeah.
When you were on The Crown, what did you do on The Crown? Who did you play, and can you do the voice?
Yeah, so I in The Crown, I play Mary, who's like the only Cockney person in series 1.
Yeah.
And then in episode 4, the Smog episode. So I'm just a Cockney lady. I'm trying to remember some of my lines from The Crown now. Are you coming out? Ta-ra. That's all I can remember. Well, because I actually had loads of funny lines in it, but then it became a really serious episode. So they kept the serious bits and got rid of the funny bits. But I had a great joke about Churchill and Hitler, which I can't remember now. But I seem to just play Cockney women in that basically.
So you get to do lots of period stuff, don't you?
Well, I feel like it's just an extension of the same character.
Yeah,
who just pops up in random things. She's just like, oh, is there filming over there? I'll just pop in and see if I can get involved.
So when you were growing up and you were doing these voices and accents and things, and did you do drama club and stuff like that?
Yeah, someone asked me about this actually in an interview the other day, and I'd never thought about it, but my mum used to send me to drama club, I think just to get me out of the house before like primary school age, we're talking. So yeah, I think that's where the love of all the acting and stuff came from.
And do you do singing as well, or did you when you were growing up?
No. So I'm really interested to come on your podcast because I've always been massively scared of singing, right? So as a performer, I've always avoided singing at all costs. And people will say to me that I have an okay voice. I'm just so scared of it. I had an audition, and in the second round of auditions, you had to sing a song. And so I sung I Could Have Danced All Night because I can do a Julie Andrews impression. So I started singing it, and in the middle, something happened. It sounded like a burp, but it wasn't a burp. It was just a noise came out of my body. So I was doing, I could have danced all night. And I just went, I had no idea what. And this isn't a joke because I know I'm also a comedian. This is this actually happened, and it was mortifying because I was so scared anyway. And the whole panel just laughed because it was weird. And I laughed obviously because I was like, I don't even know what that was. And then basically I haven't really sung since, except when I went on. This is like the weird. Sam and her weird stories, but this is also true. I did stand-up comedy on a yacht, a private yacht in the south of France.
As you do.
For a Malaysian couple who hated it. And I was being paid quite a lot of money because that's why you do these weird things. And they wanted me to then stop doing the stand-up because they didn't like it. And they said, can you do any impressions? And I can't do any sort of normal impressions. So I thought, I'll do a singing impression, which is when I do Julie Andrews as a robot. So I sing, these are a few of my favourite things in the style of Julie Andrews, not as good as Jess's, obviously. I also do like a robot dance with it. So I started doing that, and then they were like really excited by my singing voice. And then they got me to sing for their friends. They had their friends over for dinner and they got me to sing in front of their friends. So they obviously liked it, but there's just a lot of traumatic experiences around singing. So
that tiny little snippet you did just then sounded really good.
Very good.
It
sounded legit soprano.
Should hear more.
Please, can we hear some Julie Andrews? I'm desperate to hear some.
Well, I'm so nervous now because you're all music-y people. And this is going to be played to other people. One time I had to record me singing for my old sketch group, Vinegar Knickers, and I cried because I was singing so badly. This is how much trauma I have to do with singing. Okay.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, brown copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Yeah!
Wow,
Yeah.
hey, wonderful.
Very good.
What tone you have.
An enunciation, my goodness.
Yes, very
Well,
good.
Julie Andrews, you have to, though, don't you?
You absolutely do. Yes, crisp and cut class.
Can you show us how to do it properly now, Jess?
No, you did it. You did
I
it
love your
beautifully.
version, though. when I came to see your show, and whenever you do Julie Andrews, I'm always like, yeah, it's so good.
Oh, what did
It's
I
like, it's
usually do
Julie.
her singing, it's all about that bass, no treble. That one.
No treble is very good. Like, I don't know
No
how.
treble.
I don't know how you work that out. Like, how did you interview Julie Andrews one time and get her to say no treble? Because I feel like
It's just her being a bit pissed off and disparaging about it. No treble. Close your mouth, Michael. You're not a codfish. You know, that sort of thing.
amazing.
So, Sam, in your 30s, you noticed something about your hearing. Can you tell us, please, about that?
Yeah, so I think I was 30 actually when I thought I had a spider living in my ear. Bear with me, because I have anxiety and I started hearing this like noise, and I have like health anxiety. So I started hearing this noise in my ear, and it was brought on by loud noises, and it's sort of like a scuffling noise. So I was like, oh my God, I've obviously got a spider living in my ear, and then it just doesn't like loud noises, so it tries to like scramble away from them. So I started hearing this noise, and I went to the doctor, and I blessed my GP. I know this sounds stupid, but I think there's an insect in my ear. And she had a look. She was like, there's no insect, but maybe we should send you for a hearing test just to check kind of what's going on. It could be like an ear infection or something. So I was like, okay, cool. And at the time I was like, oh, they obviously just get like a bonus or something when they send someone for a hearing test.
Oh, like commission.
Yeah, because I was like, it's a bit random. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I haven't heard something. I was like, I've got an insect in my ear. So anyway, I went for this hearing test, because the funny thing is, when you do an eye test, you can see that you can't see. So you can see that things are blurry. But when you do a hearing test, you can't hear what you can't hear. You know, if you have more profound hearing loss, you might know that someone's speaking and you can't hear what they're saying. But at my level, I didn't think there was a problem at all. So I thought I'd ace this hearing test. So I came out expecting them to be like, oh my God, you've got 20/20 hearing. That's not a thing, by the way. Like, and they were like, well, you have hearing loss in both ears, and it's bad enough in one ear that we recommend that you need a hearing aid.
Whoa.
And I was completely like, I did not expect it. Like, I was so shocked. And that's when I also realized that the scuffling noise was tinnitus brought on by loud noises. And I'd always thought tinnitus was just a ringing noise. That's always what I've heard of it. And actually, there's so many different types of tinnitus. There's like white noise, there's a high pitched beat, there's loads.
What does yours sound like?
So I actually have two types. So I've had the other type since I was about 12. Well, I actually had a grommet put in my ear, which I thought was a mini hearing aid, and I had it put in when I was like, maybe like 8. But a grommet is actually...
They're always the things that sort of, you know, kids can't go do the swimming at school, isn't it? I can't go swimming because I've got a grommet in my ear. I never understood what it was. So pray tell,
me
I'm all
neither.
ears.
Like literally, I was 30 when I Googled, and I think I said to the audiologist, and they were like, no, until I found out that a grommet is literally just a small plastic tube, and they put it in your ear to drain fluid on the ear, which is quite common among children.
It's like a bit of drinking straw, essentially.
Yeah, it's like you're
going to go into making grommets now, Kitch, on the side.
You know me, Jess. Yeah, entrepreneur. There's a gap in the market. I'll fill it.
But yeah, so it's just that. So I imagine it was this tiny hearing aid. So when I was hearing this high-pitched beep noise from a young age, I was always just like, oh, that's my grommet, and ignored it. And it wasn't until I had this second type of tinnitus, the spider scuffling noise, which is like, that I found out I had two types of tinnitus, plus I needed a hearing aid. So I'd say to anyone, if they have any sorts of tinnitus, it's not necessarily a sign of hearing loss, but it's always worth getting your hearing checked as well, because my hearing aid does actually help with my tinnitus.
Can you hear that scuffly noise all of the time then now?
No, so it's brought on by loud noises. So if I went to basically, I first noticed it at the Edinburgh Fringe at a party when I was standing near a speaker, basically.
That's what I was going to ask. Is there something that you think caused it in the first place?
No, I think tinnitus
thing.
doesn't necessarily have like one cause. Hearing loss can have one cause.
Yeah.
So it could be from like a childhood illness.
Me
could be
laughing
from,
too
like-
loudly next to someone's ear.
Yeah.
I've been told off about that quite a few times.
Perforating your eardrum, or it could just be from like gradual hearing loss because you've constantly been near things that are too loud. Tinnitus, there really isn't much research done at all. So a lot of the time there's no, explanation for tinnitus. But the high pitched one I hear all the time, so I can hear it now.
Wow. It's like having a little mosquito buzzing constantly, or for the band, just having me in the room. Terrible. Irritating. Do you think the hearing loss has affected the way you speak in any way?
I don't know because I can't hear it. No, I don't think, I only have moderate hearing loss. So I can still hear a lot of things. I just can't hear everything. I think I've obviously lost it gradually over time, and I grew up talking and speaking orally, that I've learned how to speak before the loss became sort of worse. So it seems to be that in adults who kind of lose their hearing, it doesn't affect the speech so much because you've already developed that skill and that language. But maybe over time it will affect my voice.
And do you want to just give us a quick plug about the charities that you work with?
Yeah, so I'm an ambassador for RNID, which is the deaf charity. Yeah. And I also have 2 books out with they're children's books, and they have deaf protagonists.
That's so cool.
So little girls with hearing aids. So the first one is Harriet versus the Galaxy. Yeah. And Harriet wears a hearing aid that translates alien languages, and her gran protect the earth against aliens.
Oh,
awesome.
My God.
Very cool.
I need to read this book.
And it's for 6 to 12-year-olds. And then
a bit old for you, Kitch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's not
I'll grow
that
into
reading
it.
age yet.
You might still be able to manage. Maybe if Jess read some of the harder words to you.
Well,
you'd be
I don't
okay.
know if I can do that either. It'd have to be Michael or Rob, to be honest. Kitch and I are on the naughty table.
We're on the bottom set table, closest to the teacher.
Well, you might not get on with the second one. So my second book came out last month and is called The Night the Moon Went Out. And that's actually for 9 and 10-year-olds. So again, quite old for you. But it's about a Naira who takes her hearing aids out at night to charge them. And also because you shouldn't really wear them at night. It's not very comfy. And it means that she's even more scared of the dark. So I'm scared of the dark still as an adult. Yeah, I'm going to admit it to it. Naira's scared of the dark because she can't see in the dark. And then when she takes the hearing aids out, she can't hear very well either. So you can imagine lots of creepy things happening. And her nightlight doesn't work, but her mum shows her the moon out the window, and the moon's all of our nightlight. But Naira doesn't want the moon. And so she accidentally turns it off. So then she has to go on an adventure with a talking owl, as you do, to try and turn the moon back on. It's like, Sure.
I love owls.
Talking out.
Wow.
She goes on an adventure to turn the moon back on and maybe realise that the dark isn't so bad.
Are these audiobooks as well?
So I've actually done the audiobook for Harriet versus the Galaxy, and I got to do it myself. And I've never done an audiobook before, and it was so fun doing I made Sock Muncher, who's the friendly alien. I made him Australian because I thought he lives far away, and Australia's far away from me. So
the aliens, yeah.
But yeah, it was really fun to do everyone. And just Gran has quite an old lady voice, but she's also like quite kick-ass. So, she's not the stereotype of old lady. And Harriet's basically just like an enthusiastic version of me.
Brilliant. That's so cool. You've got so many talents. So you've got your podcast, The Divorce Social, which I've been on, which
you have been on. Thank you very much.
I loved it. I was going to ask, because my divorce coincided beautifully with Beyonce's Lemonade album, which really sort of helped me get through it. And I used to listen to it and sort of sing along, and it was like therapy. And when I was worried about bumping into my ex-husband at the Edinburgh Festival, my therapist said, well, why don't you have a soundtrack going on in your head? Who are you going to channel? So I said, okay, I'm going to channel Beyonce. And I sort of strutted around Edinburgh like Beyonce and felt really, really empowered. Apart from the one time that I was strutting around and a stranger stopped me and told me that my skirt was up at the back, and it was fully up, like tucked under my backpack. I don't know how it had happened. And I'd been literally feeling amazing, strutting around with a bare bum, essentially, around the streets of Edinburgh. But I wanted to know,
what were you wearing for this? Because I
think
feel
they
like
were
that's
nude.
important.
I think they were nude pants. I think they were
was it a
unflattering.
thong? Or was
No,
it like
I don't do
thong
thongs.
coverage?
They're silly.
Yeah, okay.
It was probably like Bridget Jones full coverage nude pants, like awful, maybe with some sort of a stain. We don't know.
Oh,
A piece
wow.
of toilet paper hanging out the back.
Sure.
We just don't know. Maybe a flap out. I just don't know. It was probably awful.
Bit of excitement.
If it was for who, I don't
People
know.
were obviously like, there goes an empowered divorce lady.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
probably I walked past my ex-husband, not even noticing him, and he was like, "Oh, she's doing well." But, were there any strong voices that got you through your divorce journey?
Music-wise.
Yeah, or to listen to, or yeah.
Actually, we had a conversation in one of the episodes of the podcast about music that stays with you from hard times.
Right.
And just like you had Beyonce, I spoke to a lady who was literally at a crossroads in her car, and Pink was playing Just Like a Pill. And, you know, they're like, run just as fast as you can to the middle of nowhere. And instead of turning, let's say, left, which was the way home,
Yeah.
she, in that moment, just was like, I'm not going home anymore. I can't do this. I don't want to be in this marriage anymore. And literally turned right at the crossroads.
Wow.
And she really remembered this Pink song for that moment. And I don't have as quite a cool a story as that, but Katy Perry came out with a song at the time, which was It's Never Really Over, I think it's called.
Okay.
And that really stuck with me, not because my relationship with my ex was never really over, but just because the divorce process dragged on for so long.
Yes.
So I had my breakup, and then I was like, oh, it's over. But then it was like, oh, no, now you have to get a solicitor. Now you have to fill out a form. Now you have to contact them about this. Now you have to sort out the mortgage. So it reminded me of that.
That's
because I was like, when will this end? So yeah, that Katy Perry song kept me company, and I used to sing it, like angry sing it after I got out of the shower, like getting dressed. So yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, amazing. Well, may I say now, it gives me great pleasure to announce that our wonderful impressions sessions are back. Our listeners have been sending in their own impressions, and I have assembled some of my favorites this week into a glorious Technicolor sound gallery. Have a listen to this.
Hi there, my name's Sally and I'm calling from Peterborough. I have an impression for you. It's Janet Street Porter, so I'll just give it a go. Hello there, get out of my house. I've been trying to tell you for a long time I don't want to live with you. Get out.
She could go on your divorce.
Hi, Jess. It's Kermit the Frog here. My friend James is a real big fan of your podcast, and he would love to come and be involved in your show at some point. Why is the word show so hard to say? It's Kermit the Frog.
Well, you know you make me want to shout, throw your hands up and keep jumping. Don't forget to say you will.
Yeah.
I can see what you're doing there. Let me tell you, there's no way that even if this was the last invention on earth that I'd ever
You're
touch
not
it.
a
So
nod of approval
I'm going to
from
let you
Sam
know where
here.
I'm at right now, and I'm happy to say that I'm out.
Hi, I'm Tom. This is my impression of Ryland or Alan Carr.
Oh, I'm doing really well considering, look at me. I'm a right mess, aren't I? I mean, seriously, look at my teeth. I mean, I'm an absolute mess, aren't I? I'm an absolute mess.
Wow.
Oh,
Very good.
Love
Impressive.
it. Great. Well done, everybody.
Very well
Thank you
done.
very much
Wow.
to Sally Howard, who put 3 in, James
Sally.
Burt and Tom Hughes. And if you would like to send in your impressions and get on the show, just send them to jessrobinsonemAil@gmail.com, and you could be in with a chance of winning some Stars in Your Ears earplugs.
Amazeballs.
Isn't it, Sam?
Do you want me to do my impressions?
Yes, I want to hear them. Yes, go
Yes,
on.
please.
Do them, Sam.
This is a bit left field. Louis Armstrong.
Please. Yes, please.
It really hurts my voice, so I need to drink after. Well, hello, Dolly, looking swell. Dolly, it's so nice to have you back where you belong.
I love it.
Very good.
That was good. Good and painful. Would you like to learn a new impression?
Yes, please.
I think you're going to be great at this. With all of your experience of playing slightly Cockney women, we're going to go for a Dagenham woman. We're going to go for the wonderful Stacey Solomon. Oh my God. I think you're going to be great at this, Sam. Are you ready for Stacey?
Yeah, I've met her as well. So this
Have you?
Yes.
I love her. I've got a girl crush on Stacey Solomon. So step one, do the Essex accent, because Dagenham's basically Essex, isn't it? Do you want to do a bit? Yeah. So Sam, what did you do this weekend?
Well, this weekend I went out for a walk with the dog.
Yeah.
And then I went out for lunch with my mum.
That's lovely. Okay, so while we're doing the Essex accent now, I want you to add some breath to the voice and make it a little bit more yawny. Oh, God, you know, I'm so tired.
Oh, my God, I'm so tired.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, my God, I've been up all night.
Oh, my God, I've been up all night.
That's great. So we've got our Dagenham accent, we've got the yawny, breathy voice, and now we're going to add a bit of a wobble to it, you know, like you're sitting on a washing machine. We've all done it. So with a little bit of a wobble in your voice, can you say, oh, my God, I'm Stacey from Dagenham?
Oh, my God, I'm Stacey from Dagenham.
That's good. Can you, that's very good. Can you switch from a half load rinse to a full spin though? Can you get a bit more? It also almost sounds as though she's about to giggle, which bless her, she usually is. Oh my God, I'm really wobbly.
Oh my God, I'm Stacey from Dagenham.
Yeah.
And
So
basically doing a shimmy while I'm doing
Yeah, and that she basically does. She does move quite a lot when she speaks. That brings us on to her giggliness. Oh, what am I like? I can't believe how much stuff I bought from IKEA. Like she's about to piss herself laughing.
Oh my God, I can't believe I bought so much stuff from IKEA.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so finally, for her intonation and her energy, she always goes up at the end of a sentence. She often goes up. Oh my God, I can't believe I've done this, which is why some people fall into the trap of making her sound a bit Australian, which is quite weird. But could you do this sentence here? As Stacey, you've got your Essexy accent, you've got your yawniness, you've got your sort of giggly shakiness and sort of slightly going up at the end of the sentence. Take it away, Samantha Baines as Stacey Solomon.
Okay. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm so excited to be on Stars in Your Ears. It's my favourite podcast. One day, the real me will be convinced to come on as a guest. But for now, Samantha Baines is doing a lovely job. I absolutely love her.
Very good. Beautiful.
Samantha Baines.
Excellent.
Sam, where can people find more of you?
That sounds sexual.
I mean, it can be if you want. Are you single at the moment? Are you looking?
Well, I am single at the moment. There are currently no sex tapes that I'm aware of online, but you can follow me on social media at Samantha Baines, Baines, on all the social medias. And I have a website, samanthabaines.com, and I have a podcast called The Divorce Social on all great podcast platforms.
It's been wonderful to have you today. Thank you so much for coming onto our lovely island. Now you've joined us, we thought we might throw an island talent show just to stop us from eating each other. And when I say talent show, we're basically going to have a sing-song around the campfire. Sam, would you join us?
Yes, I'd love to.
Yeah!
Great.
Hooray!
Okay. What campfire song do you think we should sing, guys?
Well, when I was king of the guinea pigs, there was a song that the guinea pigs really went for on a regular basis. Most nights, in fact, they kept me up most nights with it, to be honest. But I wouldn't mind hearing it again. It's Kumbaya, Jess.
Okay, we can do that one. Okay, so let's pick some impressions to do. Sam Baines, who would you like me to be?
I would like you to be Janis Joplin, please.
Okay, fantastic. Ouch, thank
Scratchy
you.
voice, yeah.
Scratchy voice. We're both going to get nodules from doing Louis Armstrong and Janis Joplin. And who would you like to be tonight, Sam? Is there anyone that you haven't done yet that you'd like to do?
Tonight, Jess, I'm going to be Cher.
Excellent.
Rated. Okay, and boys, I understand that you might have a secret impression up your sleeve, which I'm really excited about, but don't tell us yet.
Hold tight.
Where's my Mercedes, Lord? Come by. Where's my Mercedes, Lord? Come by. My throat is bleeding, Lord. Come by. And I sound like Marge Simpson. Oh, homie.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the campfire, Cher.
Do you believe in life after all? Where's my auto-tune? Kumbaya. Where's my auto-tune? Kumbaya. Where's my auto-tune? Kumbaya. Oh Lord, kumbaya. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way.
Okay, boys, I'm so excited you're going to do an impression. Tell me, who are you going to be?
Tonight, Jess, we're going to be the Bee Gees.
Someone's dancing, come by all. Someone's dancing, Lord, come by all. We're the Bee Gees, Lord, come by all.
Ray of talent.
Oh, Sam, thank you so much for being on Stars in Your Ears. We'd be delighted to have you on our island.
Oh, thank you. I'd love to join you. And I'm sorry to Cher and all Cher fans.
Sam, thank you so much for being on Stars in Your Ears. We'd be delighted to have you on the island.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice of you. But I'm actually okay. I'm probably just going to start swimming and hope for the best.
Really? Are you a good swimmer?
No. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Oh, bye then. Bye.
Goodbye from the show. You've had some stars in your ears. Now you need to go. So please walk off out of here. Goodbye from the band.
We've had a terrible time.
Donate to us on Patreon.
Please subscribe to hear more podcasts.
Then we'll know to carry on. You've had stars in your ears. Whoa, yeah, stars in your ears. Ooh, ooh. Stars, stars, stars in your ears. Stars in your ears.
They were nice.
Yeah, really nice.
Super nice.
Definitely. Right then, shelter. Come on, boys, let's get to it.
When you say let's, do you mean we, as in all of us? As in you're going to help too?
Of course.
Oh, great.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm a team player. Give me 5.
Yeah. Join in, Michael.
Spoil sport.
Wait, what are you going to do to help then?
Michael, Michael, Michael. Oh, ye of little faith. Mistrustful sourpuss. You doubting Thomas, you.
Yes,
I'll be keeping out of the way.
I thought so.
My pleasure.